YouTube?
What's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to another live, man. Let's break it down. So this live is called "Is This the Right Time?" So getting right into it, you are in the best time to do anything that you want to do. I don't care about a tariff. I don't care about I don't care about a recession. I don't care about none of those things. Whatever the idea that you have, that you've been given, you were given that idea, whether you got that idea the moment that you before you watched this live, whether you got it before after this live was posted. The moment that you realize that you have the idea, that is the best time for you to execute on that idea. God is above all of this nonsense that's going on, above it all, above it all. And so when you walk like that, you will be walking into your purpose. When you act like that, you will be acting in your purpose. When you make decisions and you execute like that, you will be executing for that. That execution will bring forth good things. Like, listen, I'm not the guy to that can tell you how to make a million, because I haven't made a million yet, right? But I am the guy that's made multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars. So have I worked with millionaires? Yes, right? And the point that I'm making is that at every level, you got to know what problem you can solve. And so when I worked with millionaire clients, when I had millionaire clients, they didn't know how to do a specific thing. But I did know how to do that specific thing, and I still do, right? And that specific thing being some of the times it was email marketing, some of the times it was SEO, some of the times it was properly setting up like a funnel or a landing page, so that maybe it was making sure that course flowed, right? And so these are the sorts of things, like these are skill sets. And what you have to understand is that right now, if you have a skill set, or you have been developing it, but you've never made money from that skill set, the only way that you're going to be able to learn how to make money is by pitching your skill set. It's not going to come. People aren't just always going to come to you. And the people that come to you that know about it, 9 times out of 10, those people aren't going to pay you for it, because they know you can do it, and they take advantage of you, or they take advantage of that skill set. But they've been telling you, like, some of them may have been telling you, and they may haven't been taking advantage of. Some of them may have been telling you, yes, go do the thing. We got to get out of this fear culture, this fear anxiety, this fear everything. Everything is fear. Every way that everybody is moving from a place of fear. And I'm just like, but God, like, there's nothing else but God. It's like, forget fear. It's just God. So all that I'm saying is, like, right now is the best time, because God gave you the idea. God is waiting on you to execute, right? And everything that you want is on the other side of that execution. Everything that you desire is on the other side of the execution. Every single thing. So if we're thinking that, well, this is going to take me a lot of time to get something done, think about it like this. Let's just say your dream life cost you 100 hours. Let's say it costs you 100 hours. The average show on Netflix, right, that's 45 minutes. It has like 8 to 10 episodes. So that we'll just round that up and say that's 8 hours, 8 to 10 hours right there. In 10 days, if you binge watch 10 seasons, like that, you're going to then have completed that 100 hours. So get to YouTube University, hone that skill set, learn either learn a skill set or hone the one that you have, and go find people that need that solution. When I work with my millionaire clients, they needed to know how to email market, because they didn't know how to email market. They had built $1 million businesses, but they had never really email marketed. They had been getting people on their email list for months, sometimes even years, and they had never really touched the list. So then I came in and I said, well, I'll provide the service. We'll send emails for you, and then you can make money now off your email list. So you're sitting on something right now that can help somebody. You're sitting on someone right now that can change someone's life. We're not meant to just do for us. We're meant to have impact. So if you bring impact to a person's business, a person's life, you're going to change everything. Like, you're going to change it all, but you have to start to change it all. You got to start to change your life. You got to start to help to change somebody else's life. And that start, no matter how big or how small it is, like, hey, right now it's so much noise around where you see everybody's, oh, the stock market this, the stock market that. So what? Oh, well, people ain't, a lot of people aren't buying, a lot of people ain't. Why we focus on the people that ain't buying? You only focus on the ones that are. If you pay attention to the, go to the stores, people are still shopping, people are still spending money. So create that digital product, start that events-based business, create that faith-based coaching business, start your car rental company, right? I don't know, start your tax business, right? Start your event planning business, start your t-shirt business. Like, whatever it is, you can dominate in the space because you got the idea to dominate in space. But you have to keep going, and in order to keep going, you got to start. And in order to start, you got to believe that you can actually do it. And there's no way that you can't, that you shouldn't be believing, because you got God on your side. Like, God gave you the idea. God is going to be with you through it, and you're not being punished if you're going through a tough season right now. I spoke about this in one of my shorts. Like, you're not, it's like, God is going to, he's going to correct the ones that he loves, right? And so if you're getting correction right now, he paying attention to you, love you. Just like on if you've ever played a sport, or you've ever got any sort of, like, maybe you played an instrument, if the teacher or the coach was, especially, you feel like they was always on you, telling you about the mistakes that you made, even the little things, right? They typically do that with the people that they see they have potential with. So if God is correcting you and he's taking you through a season, he knows your potential. He know what he got planned for you, but you got to know what he got planned for you. And then, you knowing that, you have to know and expect that it's nothing but greatness. And so because we know that God has nothing but greatness planned for me, why shouldn't you just walk and operate in that way? Why shouldn't you show up in that way? Why should, like, just because you don't see it happening, in the first 10 hours doesn't mean that it's not going to work. Just because you don't see it happening in the first 5 days doesn't mean that it's not going to work. Just because you don't see it happening in the first week, that doesn't mean that it's not going to work. Just because you don't see it happening in the first few months doesn't mean that it's not going to work. It took me, before I made my first 6 figures, I went 6 months without any sales. 6 months in business without any sales, during a time period that was just like this. I started my business like right around the pandemic, and I went 6 months without any sales. 6 months. I had multi-unit property to pay for it, because I had just got an investment property. Had a wife. Like, I had a home to provide for. I had dogs. Like, I had a home to provide for. And so 6 months, no sales. And if I had quit within that 6 month period, I would have never helped hundreds of people start businesses. If I had quit in that 6 month period, I would have never got this sense of freedom. If I'd have quit in that 6 month period, I would have never be where I am now, where I haven't in 5+ years ever went back to a job. I haven't worked a job in the last 5 years. And so I'm not saying that to say right now, if you feel like this is your time to quit, go for it. Well, I'm not saying that to boast. I'm not saying that I would have never bought one of my dream cars or 2 of my dream cars. You don't get to where you're going until you start walking. If you standing still, you'll never get to where you're going, because you still standing still, because you in the same spot. So if you start moving, if you start executing, if you start doing, it's so much out there. You got AI. AI can help you create your product. You got coaches. Somebody out there is willing to help you learn how to talk to people so you can make sales. If you say, I'm not a salesy person, right? Somebody is willing to show you how to communicate, because sales is nothing but communication. Somebody is willing to show you how to communicate what you offer so people will buy it. If even with jobs, somebody just said, how do I get a job? Even with jobs, it's just like, you got to have a skill set. You can get all types of certifications from Google. You can get all types of certifications online for free. Like, it's so much opportunity out there, but we only focus on what the media shows us. We only focus on what these content creators are doing. You need to quiet the noise, unfollow a lot of people, If you feel like you're getting flexed on every day and you feel like people standing you first, get envy out of your heart, and then unfollow some people, right? Because it's going to start to mess with your mind. Nothing about anything that we want to do, nothing that's worth having is ever going to be easy. I never, like, nothing about my 5-year journey was easy. Nothing about right now is easy. But if everything was easy, everybody would do it. The goal is to be the best version of yourself and outlast all the people that are saying it's not easy. It's not meant to be easy. Because if you want everything that you say you want, why would you ever think that it was easy? If you want a multi-6-figure job or a 6-figure job, if you want an extremely peaceful life, if you want a nice house, right? If you want, you know, extra money in your savings, if you want a easy life, right? Why wouldn't you think that you would have to give up things, make sacrifices, and do hard work? Like, work is hard. Work can be difficult, and that's okay, because if you do it over time, you start now, the longer that you work, the easier it gets. When you first start off, it is crazy. It's hard. It's difficult. You don't know what you're doing. But the longer you work on your craft, the longer you hone your skills, the longer that you stay in the game, the easier it becomes, because you learn the rules of the game. When I first started off, I never knew the rules of the game. I never knew the rules of the game. So I tell it to you, man, go to Upwork. Go to Upwork, go to Fiverr. It's plenty of things that you can learn. If you got the internet, there is so much information out here for you to learn, and there are so many people willing to pay you to help them do things. The best thing to do to make money in 2025 and beyond is to either help people, learn how to trade, because I've been a freelancer before, and that's honestly how I started. That's low-key how I started. A lot of the stuff that I started, I did freelance websites for a while. I have a Facebook post where I used to charge 7 years ago, I charged $100 for websites. Now my company we charge anywhere from $3,000 to like $5,000 plus for websites and funnels. This was 7 years ago. I started 7 years ago, and now we for $100, and now we charge $3,000 to $5,000 on the low end. So, like, everything takes time, but and knowing that it all takes time, the faster you start, the faster you're going to get to where you want to go. So peace and blessings to y'all. I wish y'all well, man. It's just so many resources. Use ChatGPT. The best thing that you can do if you don't know what to do is tell ChatGPT, I want to make extra income. Use this exact prompt. I want to make extra income. These are the things that I know how to do, but I'm not exactly sure how to make that extra income. What are some things that you can either teach me, or what videos can I watch? How can you help me make this extra income? And then you give it your goals, and they will give you a breakdown list, and tell it to give you a step-by-step breakdown of what exactly you need to do. Give it the present date, the present time. Say it's 2025, say it's April, whatever today is. Tell it how many, like, what your family look like, what type of background, what country you're in, where you're at. Give it all the details, and watch how AI can help you. Do not be scared of AI. AI is meant to help you, and use it as a tool. If I'd have had AI 7 years ago when I was doing websites, it'd be over with, because now I can use AI to make websites. I can use AI to make funnels, or at least give me the layout, and then me and my team, we can build from there. It's super easy. It's crazy. So I think any idea that we have out there is a good idea to make money. So if you want to be on YouTube making money, I think it's a good idea, because I may not have the most subscribers in the world, but my channel is monetized, and most of my coaching classes came from my YouTube. So it's like, just get out there and help people. That's all you got to do. Serve your way to the top. That's it. That's the key. Serve your way to the top.